The first step in figuring out what we should do if aliens ever come to Earth is to find out if they exist. This will make sure that any possible visit won't be a big surprise. When you're in a part of the woods that hasn't been explored much, it's best to be quiet because you don't know what kind of dangerous animals might be hiding nearby. Unfortunately, humans have been sending radio waves into space for more than a century. If there are advanced societies within 100 light-years of us that use radio telescopes like ours to look at the sky, it is possible that they already know we're here. There is a chance that we will hear from them again. It's possible that our salvation lies in the fact that chemical rockets like the ones used in the Voyager and New Horizons missions would take 1 million years to travel 100 light-years. Because of this, it's likely that we'll have to wait a long time before we meet our neighbors in space. If we could get our hands on some alien technology, it would completely change how we see ourselves in the universe, what we want to learn from space exploration, and even our philosophical and spiritual beliefs. Should aliens find out that humans exist and come to Earth, the results could be disastrous for our species. Seth Shostak, a senior scientist at the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, SETI, said in an interview with Space.com's website Life's Little Mysteries that aliens only come to Earth for 2 reasons in movies. The researcher said, they come here either to find something they don't have on their own planet or to use us in an unapproved breeding experiment. They come here to get something they can't get on their home planet. Shostak says that these hypothetical situations play on our deepest fears, such as the fear of not being able to have children or of not having enough resources to stay alive. Shostak says that it's not logical to think that aliens would want to do either of these things in the real world. He said that traveling through space was too expensive and would require a huge amount of money. Shostak says they could find everything we have here, no matter where they live. If aliens came to Earth looking for something that could only be found here and not on their home planet, they would probably find an easier way to get or make the thing without coming to Earth. And according to Shostak, if a culture from another planet was advanced enough to travel between stars, it's very likely that they would also have very complicated robots. If they wanted to study our planet, it seems more likely that they would send robots here instead of coming here themselves. He said, "It's not like the hatch will open and a weird alien paw will come out. It's not at all like that. It looks like a robotic arm is the most likely answer." David Morrison, who's the director of space at NASA Ames Research Center, says that making contact with beings from other planets is a very small chance. From what he said, it sounded like the most likely way for people to talk to each other would be through radio waves sent from one civilization to another. Morrison said, "We're listening for radio signals, and we can assume that any civilization whose signal we receive is more advanced than ours. We're trying to pick up radio signals." Since we've only had the technology to listen to and send out radio waves for the past century, Morrison says that an alien radio signal from a planet hundreds of thousands of light-years away would have to come from a more advanced civilization than ours. Morrison doesn't like the idea that an intelligent alien society could come to Earth and threaten people. Someone once said that if a culture can last for hundreds of thousands of years, it's almost certainly figured out how to deal with the problems we face. "I would certainly hope so," Morrison said. Jack McDevitt, who writes science fiction, says that even if aliens did exist, knew about humans, and were able to get to Earth, it's unlikely that they would send an army or the technology needed to attack. But let's say there is life on other planets. What would it be like to see it? We've all heard about close encounters with aliens, which usually happen on a country road in the middle of the United States, and say that the aliens look pretty much the same. They have huge eyes, a grey complexion, and no sense of style at all. But is there any evidence that they would have changed into this shape? Nitrogen, hydrogen, and oxygen, the 3 things that are needed for life on Earth, are found in large amounts all over the universe. This would make you think that there is a chance for life to appear in some form, as long as these conditions are repeated in another place. But we also know that life on Earth started not too long after the Earth was made, and that it has changed in many different ways since then. Once upon a time, the whole area was full of dinosaurs. But when they died out, they weren't replaced with dinosaurs of the same species. Instead, a whole new group of animals came into being, which shows that there is no one best way for life to take shape on Earth. On this planet, there are many different kinds of organisms that can live and even thrive, but they can also go extinct. So, it seems likely that alien life would need the same things that we do to survive, like a source of energy, a way to protect itself from possible enemies, and a way to move around. Aside from these needs, however, aliens might look very different from us. Just think about all the strange animals that live in the ocean. They swim, eat, and try not to be eaten, but they have nothing in common with humans or any other species. You probably already know that the universe is very big. If it was moving at the same speed as NASA's Voyager 1, which is 17.3 kilometers per second, 10.5 miles per second, it would take 73,000 years to get to the nearest star to us. Taking into account things like the distance between stars and the fastest one could travel, it's been calculated that the closest planet that could support life is about 20 light-years away, which is still a very long way away. The distance light travels in 1 year on Earth is measured in light-years, which are equal to 9 trillion kilometers, or 6 trillion miles. Don't forget that our alien friends could be using more advanced ways to get here faster, like wormholes or time travel to warp space and time. We can do nothing but wait and see what happens. Dyson spheres are another thing we need to think about. It may sound like a new and exciting way to vacuum the house, but it's much scarier than that. Nikolai Kardashev, a well-known Russian astronomer, came up with a 3-level scale to classify the level of technology that extraterrestrial civilizations might have. A Type 1 civilization is one that uses all of the solar energy that is available on its home planet. A Type 2 civilization could get all of its energy from its parent star from a place far away in space, instead of on the planet itself. This way, they wouldn't have to use nuclear power. For this to be possible, a huge solar collector like a Dyson sphere would have to be put in orbit around the planet. It's a completely man-made celestial body, similar to the Death Star in the Star Wars movies, but used to harness energy rather than destroy planets. It could be one big ball of solar panels, or a lot of solar panels that are all connected to each other. Or maybe there are no aliens at all. The things the scientists had seen could have been caused by dirt. The unpredictable changes in light could have been caused by large clouds of space dust that may have come from a moon that was destroyed in some way. A moon that was destroyed in some way could have made these clouds. That's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like and comment your thoughts on this topic. We'd love to know. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.